Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Ready to Love Season 8, Episode 10. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, Sierra and Jessica are both still waiting to see who is going to the house. Sierra, you're not ready to love. Sierra! Yeah, go on, girl. Just go to the house, honey, because this crop of men ain't it. Okay? None of them. So go to the house because I think you'll be best there. She said that her person is out there and she cannot wait to meet him. Best of luck to you, Sierra. Now, y'all, let's get into the mess. So Tommy tells the women that they are in power. So Jessica is pissed that the men used the word combative. She was like, I do have an inkling of who said it because I've heard them say it before. Well, girl, your inkling would be correct. So they get back inside. And Chris is checking on Marie. Yeah, you would check on Marie to make sure that he don't tell that you the one that used the word combative. So Janelle is like, well, let's just check on Jessica. I mean, you want us to be in our femininity and y'all are supposed to cover us. Why don't we check on Jessica? Now, listen, I know it's the wrong messenger, but it's the right message. I agree. Marie was not the one that was up for elimination. What the hell are we checking on him for? Why? Why are we checking on him? I'm confusion. So Marie was like, well, I mean, how are you? How you doing? She was like, you know what? Me and my combative self, we just gonna sit here and be quiet. I know that's right, girl. It's for the best because anything you say can and will be twisted and used against you in the court of Ready to Love. So if I were you, I would sit there and be quiet as well. So then Janelle takes up for Jess, even though she's like, I'm not trying to, bear her cross or whatever. But as a black woman, being called combative is not the proper word. So then Philip pipes up and he's like, wait a minute, hold up. It wasn't all of us. Okay. I didn't say it. I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but there's no consensus between the men on that verbiage. So then Marie was like, well, in his confessional, Chris definitely said the word combative, but I'm not going to snitch. I don't want to throw him under the bus. I was expecting Chris to step up. And you see how that went? He had so much to say behind her back. Say it to her face. Like, say it to her. Because for me, I'm feeling like you don't know the meaning of words. That's what it's giving me. Now, I will say this to the people that are listening. Does Jessica give cold as ice, frigid, icebox queen, icebox where my heart used to be? Does she give Omarion? Absolutely. Every day, all day, she seems like she's strictly business, ready for the boardroom, no fun, never lets her hair down, never smiles, never cackles. That does seem to be what she gives on camera. But I have not once seen her get into an argument. I have not once heard her say she does not want to participate. I have not once seen her sit down in a gym class. Yes, she's getting this edit. That's not fair. Because if we really want to be real, Janelle is the one who should be called combative out of anybody. Because we've seen prime examples. But see, for me, I feel like this is what my mama used to always tell me. Baby, you are the company that you keep. Okay, birds of a feather flock together. You don't want to be around somebody that's not like you because people are going to lump the two of you together. And I feel like that's what's going on. Yeah. So anyway, so Jessica's like, I just don't feel like I've shown up that way. And Q said, no, you haven't. You have not shown up that way. And he's looking around for Marie. Marie done skirted on out of there because he doesn't know what to do. So Chris talking about, well, I mean, there's no need to keep talking about it because we all know how each individual responds to certain things. Nah, You don't want to talk about it because you said it. Chris, you're a wuss. Okay, you're a wuss. Because why didn't you say that you said it? If you feel so strongly about it, okay, then why didn't you just put it out on the table? Child, this is just a mess. In the next scene, Katerina goes in to check on Marie to praise him for how he handled the elimination. Now, Katerina, I like you, but it's giving, pick me, get away. Just go. And side note, y'all nasty. Philip, Quentin, and Marie, this room is disgusting. Okay, clean it the hell up. Okay, it looks like a teenager's room and your mom comes in and looks around and sees that all your drawers are in the middle of the floor. Please pick that room up. That room looked terrible. I was like, what is going on in here? Oh my goodness. So Kat was like, I just don't understand why we have to shy away from words when they're accurate. Who said they were accurate? Says a man that is into it with her. So we just gonna take his word, Katarina? Like I said, girl, you're giving me a little bit of pick me. It seems like y'all just take the men's word for it and didn't listen at all to what Jessica had to say. And like I said, I think that the women don't like Jessica because she's associated with Janelle. So Janelle goes out to check on Jessica. And Jessica is feeling bad. She's like, listen, I didn't mind being in the bottom. That's fine. I feel like all the men were saying it wasn't them, but Chris was the only person that couldn't look me in my face when I know that it was him that said it. She's like, look, his experience with me is his experience. Okay, you have a right to feel your feelings, but why did you lie? When you lie, then I have an issue with you. So back in the room, Maurier is feeling worried because of the way he worded what the man said. So Q is telling him, because that's his strongest connection, he definitely needs to have a talk with her about it. He said he knows that she feels attacked, but he doesn't personally feel like she's combative. Over on the other side, Janelle is outside telling her that she needs to talk to Maurier because he's the one that toted the message. And she's like, look, I'm to a point where I don't trust none of these people. And quite frankly, I don't blame you, because don't label me combative, then cape for each other and hide who said it. Now, people can agree to disagree, but black women are always labeled that way. And I would not appreciate that if it were me. I feel like she's guilty by association and people are using how they feel about Janelle against her. That's just how I feel about it. Janelle is talking about it more than she is. She's just sitting silent, trying to process it. But then I guess that will be considered combative. I just don't get it, honey. And if I were Maurier, I would be pissed at Chris because now my connection is mad at me and you just chilling. But Maurier, since you didn't want to throw him under the bus, then you get what you get and you don't pitch a fit. Moving forward. So the men are going fishing. Phil, Quentin, and Chris. So then Maurier joins them. Then up comes Kat, Lee, and Aries. They roll up. Kat, don't stand too close to Quentin. Janelle might use you as bait. Baby, she watch everything that man does. Child, Q done caught a goldfish. I was like, what? The snack that smiles back, goldfish. I was like, not a goldfish, child. That's a sardine at this point. It was so little bitto. I said, baby, not a sardine. What a crackers in the hot sauce. So anyway, he caught a goldfish. Here comes Janelle busting through the doors like she liked to do, yelling in her little house on the prairie dress. Baby, you caught a fish. Oh, we gonna eat good tonight. Ma'am, he's speaking with Lee. Like, get a grip. It's embarrassing at this point. If he wants you, you don't have to hover over him. Okay? Let him roam free. He'll be back. It's gonna be fine. And Quentin, I do not know how you don't see this as a red flag, honey, even orange. It's some type of flag, but it damn sure ain't green. And I don't see how you don't see her being territorial and almost possessive is a problem. It's cute in the beginning till you want to go hang with your homeboys, till you want to go bench press some stuff, till you want to take on new clients and she's showing up down to the gym because now you're training somebody with a physique, with a body for the gods. It's cute now, but it's not going to be cute then. Janelle, calm down. So Lee is in a confessional talking about Q better step it up because it's looking a little blurry for us. Ma'am, it's more than blurry. Okay, Quentin is already claiming Janelle. Girl, let her have him. Just let her have him, child. Moving forward. So Lee is still out there fishing. Some other people are out there. He wants to steal her for a minute. Chris comes out and gifts Lee some slides. Now, I don't know if she liked them or not. I couldn't really tell how they was looking. I don't really know, child. But he gave her some shoes. And she was really happy about the gesture. Now, I do think it was cute, and Lee does deserve nice things. Y'all don't get me wrong. It just did not feel genuine. It did not. And I feel like he always carrying around a prop. Like it's giving a gift to keep him there. That's what it's giving me. Because at this point, he was strongly connected to Jessica. That fell through. Because why didn't we see Lee on your date with your ex? We saw Aries and we saw Jessica. But then you and Jessica agreed to disagree and move the hell on away from each other. Now all of a sudden you're bringing Lee gifts. Anyway, in the next scene, it's later that night and Jessica and Maurier go over to the side to talk. So he's telling her, his choice of words were bad and he shouldn't have said it like that. And she said, I just do not understand where that came from because I have not done anything to exhibit the definition of combative. Like, I haven't been in any arguments. I haven't raised my voice. I'm not understanding. She also said to him, as a black woman, that label sticks with you longer than it does anyone else. And I completely agree. I have not seen her do anything combative at all, y'all. I just really haven't. Look, y'all know I really try to keep as unbiased as possible. I keep trying to see it, but I don't. I just don't see it. I feel like she keeps the wrong company, but I don't see combative. I see rigid, no nonsense. She speaks very definitively. She speaks very matter-of-factly, and that could be off-putting to some people. But we have to know the definition of words, and I have not seen her in a situation where she was combative. I just have not. So she was like, I just hope that people can see me for who I really am and not that. So she's telling him, look, I don't have any ill will toward you, but we're going to have to keep it pushing. Okay, it's not going to work over here. Y'all didn't even share the same beliefs anyway. So I don't know why Maurier was over here trying to get you to come back over to his side. Y'all's beliefs didn't align. So it's for the best. In the next scene, Aries and Chris go for a little archery date. Look, I'm not feeling Chris. I'm just going to keep it real, especially how he lit that damn match and threw it and it blew up everything. And he walked away like Angela Bassett on Waiting to Exhale. I don't have nothing for Chris. Moving forward. Aries, you look pretty. In the next scene, it's time for them to leave the retreat. So Chris is talking about, the Jessica thing could cause him to be on the chopping block. You, Maurier, and Jessica can go because the connections are not connecting. And Chris, you done tiptoed your ass out of here. And Maurier, you got too cocky. You got too cocky and you used the wrong choice of words and it hurt Jess's feelings. And you sent the only person who liked you home. Time to pack up your Jordans and roll. Boy, goodbye and good night. Moving forward. In the next scene, Katerina is still searching for a connection, honey, and now she's free to go on this date with Maurier because Jessica done kicked him to the curb. And I was just looking, I was like, is Katerina taller than all the guys? Because it just seems like every time she goes on a date, she's taller than the man. She was taller than Chris. She was taller than Chris 2.0. I don't think she's taller than Phil and Quentin, but she was taller than Maurier as well. I was like, girl. So anywho, they sit down, they're talking. Katerina is, selling herself to Maurier and telling him how she believes this and that. And she brings up religion. So Maurier pulled out some stones for her. I got a pocket full of stones. So he pulls out some stones and whatnot. And he said he brought her those that are personally his to let her know that he's serious. Sir, you and your amethyst are a damn lie. You're only serious because Jessica cut you loose. And Sierra at home, probably getting ready for an open mic night, honey, getting ready for her improv stand-up. You are not serious about Katerina all of a damn sudden. Y'all need to quit playing in my face. See, this is the thing that's making me mad. You're not serious about Katerina all of the sudden. Now you bringing up, your amethyst crystals and all that. Boy, good night. So then he brings up that he's working on dual citizenship, which I think is really cool. I also was looking into that. Now I have to give him points for that. He wants to live abroad and she liked that because, she also wants to live abroad for half of the year. I feel like these people are trying to make fetch happen. This is not a connection. It just seems like a last ditch effort. But maybe that's just me. In the next scene, Janelle and Q go for a date. Janelle, you look cute in your dress. Look, I always try to say something positive, honey. I'm going to keep it real no matter what. They're talking and he asked her, what is her conflict resolution in a relationship? He know he need to ask her that after seeing her snap on Katerina. He like, let me ask her about this conflict resolution. You see what she could do. You saw it. So she was like, yeah, I want to have a clear and concise conversation and I'm going to need some examples so I can correct my behavior. I want to take accountability. Girl, please. I'm not buying it at all. If that man challenges you in any way, it's going to be up and it's going to be stuck. It's going to be a whole problem. I mean, I'm all for wanting to take accountability, but just based on your actions on this show and social media, I do not believe that it will be that simple. I just don't believe it. He said, he wasn't appreciated in his last relationship. She didn't say thank you. She didn't say I love you. And he didn't realize that he really needed those things until later. And I'm just like, what kind of relationship you in? You saying I love you and she ain't saying it back, and you realize it 2 years later? Say, what now? This couldn't have been the ex that came and said you didn't want to be in a relationship. See, this is what I be saying. Because, see, they bring the lesser ex, the ex that's not going to say as many bad things. There should be a stipulation that you should bring the last person that you dealt with. The last one. Okay? I'm going to need the man facts from the last woman, not the one from high school. Boy gone. Moving forward. So she was like, yeah, I had a complaint from my exes that I wasn't affectionate, but that was back when I was younger, but not these days. I mean, these two seem like they're doing something. I know what they probably have done, and that's the grown up. Okay, I feel like their energy is different. It's giving very much horizontal polka, allegedly. In the next scene, Phil and Aries go on a one-on-one date. Child, I'm glad Aries got her feet put up so he could eat. Because, baby, Phil gonna grab them feet. Do you hear me? Oh, my goodness. Phil gonna grab them feet, and Phil gonna massage them feet if he don't do nothing else. So she was telling him, that she really appreciated how intentional he was and how much attention he paid to her at the retreat. And he was like, yeah, I can show you love without smothering you. And I thought that was cool. She wants to know what kind of stability he has because he seems all over the place with work. He's reinventing himself. He was a butcher. He was a baker. He was a candlestick maker. He was a DJ. He was a child. Oh, child, let me leave DJs alone, honey, because Red's still talking all over social media. He was everything. And she wants to know what exactly is going on. She told him, like, look, we aren't 24 anymore. We have kids. We're older. We're of a particular age. It's more at stake. And she wants to know if he needs to add a relationship to all of that. And he said, now he's ready for one, but he wasn't 4 months ago. So he shares with her that his father passed last year and his stepdad passed also. And it was hard, but now that he's been able to get through the grief, he loves differently. He's a different man now. And I just have to say to you, Philip, my condolences on the loss of both of your fathers. And I know that people do deal with grief differently, and it's hard. So the fact that you have identified that back then you would not have been any good, but here we are now and you're a little bit better. Now, do I think 4 months is a little bit soon? Kinda. I think maybe we need to give it a full year, because it's like when you think that you're good, something can trigger you and now you're not good. And now you're in a relationship and now this person is attached. So I don't know. Maybe I think a year, but he says he's happy and healed. And from a career standpoint, he's doing great. Now he wants to have a partner to share with. And I think Aries is wondering if he's financially stable and can take care of things. Because I kind of felt a shift in her energy toward him. It wasn't as bubbly as that first date that we saw the two of them have. Now, do I still feel they have a connection? Yeah, it's about the only genuine one. But something was a little shaky. In the next scene, all the ladies meet at the ladies' lounge. Honey, you know Tommy gonna speak to Lee if he don't do nothing. He was like, hey, Lee. Baby, he love him some Lee. So he gets straight into it. Tommy asked about the retreat. Who are we feeling? Aries said Phil. He's been at the top. He's very intentional. Chris as well. Janelle said Quentin, because he listens and he accepts her for who she is, i.e., he accepts my bad attitude. When I'm acting crazy, he still likes me. That's what she means by accepts her for who she is. So then Lee said Quentin was in her top, but she feels like it was uncomfortable for them to get time together on the getaway because Janelle was always somewhere lurking. But Chris showed up and brought her sandals. So, it's all good over there. Girl, listen, like I said, let Quentin be over there if he want to be over there. Here go Janelle talking about, if that's what she's getting from it, I'm not about to share my man. I don't know why Lee was giving Quentin any energy anyway. And Janelle, if he's your man, congratulations, girl. If you want to possess him, go right ahead. But we don't possess people. We only experience them. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle. So if you want to put your claws into Quentin and you think that that's going to sustain a relationship, be my guest. So here go Tommy. Talking about anybody else got any shoes? That was so funny to me. I said, Tommy, leave them people alone. So then Katarina said Marie is starting to rise. She was like, it just took off out of nowhere. Oh, really, girl? Or did y'all get together because it ain't nobody else? Anyway, so then Jessica says, me and Marie, we locked in. We're solid. We like this. Ma'am, see, this right here just proved what we all know to be true. And that's that you people want to make it to the end. You told Marie that it was best for y'all to keep it pushing. Now all of a sudden y'all locked in. If we locked in, ain't no switching up. No, that's not how this goes. Okay, that's not how this goes. This ladies lounge is giving none of y'all want to lose to the other woman. That's what this ladies lounge is giving. I think we need to change the name of it, honey. It's not making no sense to me. This is giving, I want to be on top, so I'm going to say whatever it is that I need to say to one up you, because you know dang on well that you dismissed him as well. Jessica, why are you still fighting to be there? Just go home. It is okay. You don't like any of these men. We've seen Chris's true colors. Marie, it's not going to work. Child, this is a mess. So now Tommy asks who they aren't feeling. And baby, this where it gets good, honey. Y'all come closer. So Jessica said Chris because he has character flaws. She's like, yeah, I mean, he's really unnecessary. She's like, when it came out, I knew that it wasn't Marie that said it, because the only person that I had a disagreement with was Chris. And he used that same exact word on the date with his ex. So here go Lee and Kat. Well, he told me he didn't say it. Oh, he told me he ain't say it either. Well, he lied to y'all's face. He has been speaking on her ever since they decided to part ways. He lied to y'all. And I'm wondering how you feel watching this back, seeing him sit on hush mouth when he in fact did say that she was combative, not once, but twice. I'm wondering how y'all feel. So Leah's like, well, he said to me that he never said it. So Aries goes, well, Marie repeated it. I mean, he could have chosen another word to get his point across about what the men felt. Now, Aries, I like you. And I mean, that is true. But regardless of him using the word, the fact still remains that he got it from Chris. That does not negate the fact that Chris is the one who said it. What Jessica is saying makes total sense. Marie didn't come up with that word on his own. He got it from somebody. I know y'all like Chris, but come on now, give me a break. So Jessica was like, I just feel like a coward would allow another man to take the fall and not own up to it. And I agree. You said it, now own it. And why are y'all so quick to take his word for it? And y'all are like, well, he said he didn't say it. And there are two sides to every story, really three. Hers, his, and the truth. So then Jessica goes, well, I mean, it's unfortunate because he can't buy me anything, and that's the real gotcha. So Leah's like, wait a minute, why is that an example? So Jessica's like, well, girl, this is not about you, sis. Well, Jessica, you did just shade her in that moment. Now, let's not gaslight her, honey. You just shaded her in that moment. There was no reason to bring up purchases. And what I don't understand is, why do y'all keep talking about these gifts? If a man gives you something, keep it to your damn self. Y'all did the same thing when Sierra was there, and it made her feel less than, because she's like, I'm a queen. Why I'm not getting presents? Why I'm not getting this? If a man brings you some flip-flops, keep it to yourself. Okay, just keep it to yourself. So then Tommy asked if Lee had seen any of the flaws that Jessica is talking about. And she was like, no, because if I had seen them, then he wouldn't be moving up anywhere. So Jess said, well, he told me that he wish he had the Jess that Marie has. And I mean, I think he did say that. I told y'all last night on that live that if you go back and watch the episode from last week, that he gave a look when she fixed Marie's plate. Like, I wish you would do that for me. I told y'all, go back and look at it. She doesn't like how he's in Lee's face, but telling her little slick stuff on the sly. And so Lee doesn't understand what's slick about that. She's like, you're a great woman, but he had a bad experience with you. Lee, I like you. I really do. And I'm not taking Jessica's side, okay? Because I see your point as well. But listen, what she's saying is he's talking down on her in one breath, making it seem like he's all for you when he's really over there wishing and wanting and watching every move that she's making for another man. It's giving, I wish it were me. But yet he's supposed to be engaging with you. That's what she's saying. So Lee was like, I mean, it's just giving jealousy because she wishes they worked out. Lee, I do not think that she's jealous. She had not said anything negative about his character until he called her combative. Now, y'all can go back and watch episodes 1 through 9. That woman had not said anything about this man in that ladies' lounge that would warrant anybody to run tell that or negative about him until he called her combative. He had been shooting slugs at her the entire time, taking little digs, saying she was going to end up an old cat lady. And now when she pipes up, it's jealousy? No, ma'am. So then Katarina said that Q is in her bottom because they never connected. Child, y'all couldn't. Because Janelle was busting through every door she possibly could. Aries said Marie. Lee said Marie, she really didn't want to say him. She feels like they're going to be great homies, but yeah, he's not her man. Janelle said Chris, which was a shocker. I was like, girl, we knew you was going to say Chris. Moving forward. So baby, now it's time for the eliminate. So Jessica goes to meet with Chris. He feels like the odds are in his favor. Have a seat. Marie is meeting with Aries. So Jessica starts the conversation by bringing up the weekend. He being all fake, talking about, well, I mean, I feel like somebody can tell you who they are, but when they show you, you got to believe them. But the getaway was good. It was very refreshing. You're right. People will definitely show you who they are, and please believe them. Back with Marie, he's talking about how he delivered the message. Sir, oh my gosh. Aries was like, well, we feel like you've been falling into the friend zone, but you're still ready to love. Child, I ain't got time to be going through what they said because it ain't about nothing. Let's get over here. Back over with Chris and Jessica, she says to him, well, I mean, we both can agree that we said that we weren't a match, right? He said, yeah. So she said, so what was the disconnect? He said, I told you I needed a softer side, but I didn't get that. But another man did get that. I just didn't get that. Okay, now I want y'all to listen to that right there. That proves that he was worried about Marie getting what he wanted from Jessica. And it also shows that she has it in her. So she has it in her to do it for who she wants to do it for. You know that saying that they say when a man wants to, he will? That's what it's giving. It's giving she didn't want to do it. So she didn't, and she wants to do it for him, and she did. So then he's like, it's not a situation where I'm bashing you when you're not around. The lies. Child, the lies. He said, I mean, you're just not my person. So she tells him that the word combative was inappropriate and it was very off-putting. So then she goes, and the sentiment is, you're not ready to love. Well, baby, what'd she say that for? Chris, you starting to get emotional. So Chris starts to get emotional. Child, not the emotional side that he claims women have, which causes us not to be in power or positions of leadership. Not that emotion. Then he proceeds to lie and say, I didn't call you combative. Whatever, Marie said, that was on him. So give me the same respect when I'm not around. What are you talking about? You just gonna lie on Marie like that? That came from you, from your mouth. You are the only one who had conversations with Jessica in that way. She said, well, clearly you feel a way. He's like, come on now. We know what it is. You were my top connection until I realized that you are combative. You are a mean girl. You and Janelle both. Now, I do agree with Janelle. And see, that's what I'm saying. They lump y'all together. You got to be very careful who you hang around with, honey, because they automatically think that because she's that way, you're that way too. So she was like, well, I mean, I think you're angry about things that have nothing to do with me. And you assume that they do. So baby, then he goes left. He's like, I'm not about to hold my tongue anymore because I'm trying to respect you as a woman, but I'm a man before anything. So she asked, at what point did he feel disrespected? He says she doesn't know about him. So F her and everything about her. This is the man that you're going up for. The minute he lost control, he lost his damn mind. I would love to see how he's going to spin this come the reunion. I can see the lives coming now. The lives and the stories on Instagram and the post with the long captions. I can see it now. He looked crazy as hell. Let me tell you something. Men like Chris are dangerous because as easily as he just flipped out of nowhere. Now, one can blame it on editing because, that's what they like to do. But you all in your feelings because you thought them sandals were going to keep you around. See, Chris is all about winning. And it came to my attention when he met their friends because he kept saying, I think I did better than this person. I think her friends like me better than they did that person. He just wanted to stick around. That's what it's giving me. And now he's appalled because how dare y'all send the good guy home? You're a jerk. Wrapped in good guy representative clothing. Okay, like you ain't really about that life. And people saw straight through you when you pulled out that picture. And I was like, you know what? Chris is really nice. You had me fooled, but you ain't fooling me. Moving forward. So she's like, he done lost his mind. But if he want to scream and cuss, then that's fine. I'm happy I saw the real Chris. Girl, yeah, let him throw a tantrum. He is having a full-on fit because he got to go home. The way he was holding that wine glass, y'all, I thought he was going to douse that wine in her face. Chris, you are a loser that cannot handle a woman with an opinion that differs from yours. She had every right to feel a way about being called combative. Those are her feelings. You know what really trips me out is that people don't want you to feel offended about things that offend you. If you call me a name and I don't feel like that name is representative of who I actually am and I'm offended, then I'm damn offended. Whether you agree with me being offended or not. She has every right to feel a way about being called combative, but she did not deserve to be cussed out. I feel like his true colors came shining through, honey, and he isn't used to rejection. Boy, goodbye. Bye, wig. Gone, wig. Gone. Bye, wig. And that was the end of the episode. Now, listen, I know it's going to be some people coming out, but Misha, she is combative. Give me one example in the comments. Give me one example of her being combative. Now, I know you might say, well, her interaction with Lee was combative. Well, if you're sitting there and you're saying to someone, this man spit in my face. Well, he said he didn't do it. Oh, yeah, he told me he didn't do it either. Well, then obviously he didn't do it because he told all of us he didn't do it. And you think I'm not supposed to defend myself? Now, where Jessica was a little bit combative and catty, a little bit, whatever you want to call it, is when she shaded Lee for absolutely no reason. Somebody, yes, because he can't buy me things. That's the gotcha. You didn't have to use Lee as collateral damage. Just state what it is that you don't like about Chris and the reason why it ain't working between the two of you, but don't throw Lee in it because she's really an innocent bystander. But y'all stop going up for Chris, honey, because he's a jerk and the truth ain't in it. And Jessica, I saw that tweet and delete. Chris is a scumbag. I saw it. Now, we'll talk about it Thursday night on the live. Y'all meet me Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, so I can tell y'all about that tweet. And I know somebody probably screenshotted it. And just as I was about to screenshot it, it was gone. I said, oh, my gosh. If he did those things, Jessica, I am so sorry that you were treated that way and that production and everybody allowed you to be treated that way. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. I didn't see the combativeness. I did see the cold, rigid way that she comes across on camera. Everybody's not camera friendly. The camera doesn't love everybody. Sometimes you could be completely different in real life. But baby, what I will say is Chris showed his ass, and that's exactly who he is. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.